Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to Sports Extra. I'm your host Ahmed Nawaz with the latest roundup of sports today. Let's take a look at what we're discussing. First of all, Pakistan is all set to host the Champions Trophy in spectacular fashion. All the hype is certainly there, and we talk about a very important moment as well. But before that, the official anthem of the ICC Champions Trophy 2025 in Pakistan has been unveiled. Pakistani heartthrob and singer Atif Aslam has been seen singing this anthem as well, and it's a fantastic one, isn't it? So I think all the colors of the Champions Trophy are now in front of the world, and Pakistan, like I said, is all set to welcome all the participating teams in this elite tournament of the best teams around the world. So we'll talk about that. We'll give you a listen of the anthem as well in a while, but then again, there's so much to talk about. We have to, yet again see what kind of conditions are going to be posed for the Champions Trophy. That's why we move on to the all-important Tri-Cities after New Zealand. South Africa has also arrived in Pakistan, and Pakistan team is all set now to start off the Tri-Series that begins from tomorrow. And Pakistan, of course, facing New Zealand, and then, of course, South Africa in there as well. I think a very balanced squad that both these teams alongside Pakistan have, and I think all in all it's going to be some great practice, not only for the sake of Pakistan going into the Champions Trophy, but we're very interested to see the broadcast perspective, the viewers' perspective, the fan park as well, and of course, what kind of pitches do we see, because they're going to be somewhat similar to what we're going to see in the Champions Trophy as well. And of course, Pakistan's playing 11. I think that gives us a better idea of the approach Pakistan wants to go with as well. Pakistan team has been training extensively, and we've seen some combinations, as we told you earlier as well, and confirmed the news that Babar Azam is going to be opening with Fakhar Zaman. They enjoyed some opening partnerships as well. Pakistani bowlers were also seen in action along these 3 days of practice that was held at the LCCA ground in Lahore. So we'll talk about that as well. And of course, what kind of best combination can you go opposition by opposition, because this is a tournament, it's not just a series. So I think that's going to be very important going into the Champions Trophy, of course. Then we move on and we tell you that all is set for the inauguration of the newly constructed and renovated Qaddafi Stadium in Lahore. Pakistan is also set to unveil their official jersey as well. This ceremony will be held in a short while in Lahore. There's a light show planned as well. There are musical performances. Entry has been deemed as free for all the spectators who have been invited as well. And earlier, Chairman Pakistan Cricket Board held a very, very important press conference, and also a luncheon was given to the workers, to the labor that was involved in the renovation of this stadium as well. And I must say, it was a fantastic moment where he appreciated that. And he also talked about, on the lighter side, a lot of these people involved in the labor force with the reconstruction of Qaddafi Stadium who had been very active on TikTok as well. So he appreciated that fact as well, that thank you for telling to the world that our stadiums are ready. And he said that people have been calling the Chairman Pakistan Cricket Board, they've been sending messages, but he said that the real heroes who are responsible for this very stadium are the labor force that have contributed day and night. And we certainly, on behalf of the Pakistani nation, thank each and every one of them for making history in Pakistan. Like I said, today is a very, very historic day in the history of not just cricket, but sports in this country, in fact, the entire region. World records have been set when you talk about the construction and rehabilitation of all these three venues, Pindi, Karachi, and especially Qaddafi Stadium, Lahore. So that's what we're discussing in detail. Time now to introduce the guest. First of all, joining us in studios is cricket commentator, international broadcaster, also a presenter as well, our sports expert, Asif Ahmed. Assalamu alaikum, how are you?
Walaikum Assalam, Ahmed. I'm very well, thank you.
Thank you for joining us. We've also been joined by first-class cricketer and expert Kashif Majid. Assalamu alaikum, Kashif. How are you?
Thank you. Perfectly all right.
Thank you very much for joining us. And we've also been joined by former cricketer for Cricket Scotland. He's represented Scotland and might I say he's also played a lot of first-class cricket as well. And cricket expert, he's also an international cricket commentator. Qasim Sheikh joins us. Assalamu alaikum, Qasim. Welcome to Sports Extra. How are you?
Walaikum salam, Ahmed. Alhamdulillah, I'm all good. Looking forward to having a chat about the Champions Trophy.
Definitely. We continue all of this, but right after a short break. Stay tuned. Right, and the official anthem, all eyes are now there as well, and all ears are there because it's a fantastic anthem that's been released for the ICC Champions Trophy in Pakistan for the year 2025. Let's take a listen.
धड़के दिल जोर से धड़के देखो क्या होगा कुछ भी हो सकता खेल में कौन हारे कौन जीते कोई भी ना जाने कुछ भी हो सकता खेल में खेलने आए हम खेलने आए पूरी तैयारी से हम जिम्मेदारी से खेलने आए गली गली भरी भरी तुझे मुझे देखने जोश से दुनिया देखने आई चैंपियन वही डट के जो खेल दे रखे ऑल ऑन द लाइन जिसमें दम है वो हाजिर है गेम में देखिए खेल है होश का आए हैं खेलने जाएंगे जीत के गली गली भरी भरी तुझे मुझे देखने
Well, there you have it. All you need to know about the anthem, the official anthem of the Champions Trophy that has been released. Now, there's a lot of excitement, and I think Pakistan's jersey will be unveiled today as well. So will the stadium be inaugurated. Then we've got a tri-series. There's so much happening in Pakistan. And Qasim, I'm sure you'll agree that this is a historic moment. After the year 1996, Pakistan is hosting the first ever ICC event, and it's been a huge gap. There's been a lot of international cricket that has been happening in between. Then there's been a period of deprivation as well. But the fact is that all eyes now are on Pakistan, despite the criticism from across the border, despite the rumors. We are hosting the Champions Trophy.
Yes, Ahmed. First and foremost, Mubarak from all the way from Scotland here. To all my fellow Pakistanis, and I really hope and wish it's a fantastic tournament. I'm really excited. I wish I was in Pakistan right now, but with you all to enjoy it. But I'll be watching on the screens back home in Scotland. But you're right; it's a momentous occasion. I give full credit to the organisers. There was some concerns about the stadium. It had been discussed at great detail. Gaddafi Stadium is ready to go. I really am happy to see often the heroes, the labourers and people that work tirelessly to help get these tournaments on are not always appreciated. So I think it was great to see. I watched some footage this morning of the presser from Mohsin Naqvi where he addressed the labourers. And yeah, well done to all of them as well. And yeah, it's just a very exciting time after a long time. 1996 was a long time ago. So I'm sure the excitement is building. I've seen people queuing for tickets, and this is the time to really celebrate a huge tournament coming back to Pakistan. I wish the Pakistani team all the very best, and hopefully, inshallah, we will lift the trophy.
When you think about a whole generation that would now see international cricketers from the best teams around the world competing in Pakistani stadiums, all of us, including yourself at one point, have been a young lad growing up watching our heroes and have been inspired by the game. So how would you gauge the significance of this event? And the fact is that the Pakistani nation, apart from games where Pakistan is playing, all tickets have been sold out, and there's a lot of fan following of each and every player participating from various countries in Pakistan. How important is it to inspire the next generation of cricketers?
Ahmed, you're absolutely correct. When I was young, coming to Pakistan, born in the 80s, coming to Pakistan, all your heroes were all over the streets. There was regular matches, there was regular touring teams. You had all your role models, heroes. Your Wasim Akram, Waqar Younis, all these big names. And I think that's the current generation has lost out on that for quite a long period of time. So I'm very excited for the youth to get to see all the world stars at one time playing in their country. I hope it inspires many youngsters, boys and girls, to take up cricket, start to play more, because I think that has been lost a little bit in the last 10, 15 years in Pakistan. So this is a great opportunity to make a lot of noise, showcase Pakistan. We are an amazing country with so much to offer. I'm just excited to see how it all unfolds. I think it's going to be a very, very highly competitive tournament as well. There'll be lots of new heroes that will come from different countries as well. But obviously, my heart will be with Pakistan, and I hope the nation gets behind their team. There'll be moments, there'll be ups, there'll be downs. It always is like that with Pakistani cricket. But let's stay with the team, support them throughout the tournament, and I hope we will make the final stages and lift the trophy at the end.
Definitely, but in a while I'm going to make you pick a second team as well, because apparently Pakistan obviously always, but then again you got to pick another team that we see might just clinch the tournament. K. Asif Ahmed, coming to you, you were grooving to that theme. I wish I would have recorded that, but some good dance moves from you. So a cool character that you are. But it's so exciting if you're going to markets, you're going to shops, you're speaking to anyone across the city right now, across the country. All they're talking about is the Champions Trophy.
First of all, you talked about my dance. As the Chahat Fateh Ali Khan is so famous for his singing, my dance will get viral if you make my video the way I was dancing. The other thing is that, of course, the Qasim was saying about the Pakistan, that the Pakistan is an amazing country, and the people are hospitable, and you have asked a very important question that our young generation was missing this ICC win in Pakistan since 1996. We were waiting for a long time. What happened in 2008 with the Sri Lankan team, and after that Pakistan suffered a lot, and we didn't have these kind of tournaments. So when we are heading towards this ICC Champions Trophy, right before that, Mohsen Naqvi, once again I would like to applaud his efforts, his teams, the labours, the management and the construction workers. Everybody participated, and they've done work tirelessly 24/7. And now tonight we'll watch the ceremony where the Prime Minister will inaugurate the stadium, Gaddafi Stadium, and everything is ready there. And right before the Champions Trophy, when we'll be playing against New Zealand, and tomorrow will be a very, very crucial match. I think that it's the best time for Pakistan to get some confidence again right before the Champions Trophy, because Pakistan will have to face New Zealand on 19th of February on the first match of the ICC Champions Trophy.
So both are going to keep some secrets tomorrow when they face each other.
Well, I think that no. They will definitely try to give chances to the new players as well. But on the other side, I think that Pakistan will go with the full strength to gear up, because Fakhar Zaman, he didn't play ODI cricket for a long time. Same Fahim Ashraf, he was outside the side, and then Khushdil Shah. And so I think, and Babar Azam, he's struggling. His form is a big concern for Pakistan. So right before the Champions Trophy, if you're performing well, I think that you will go with a positive energy in that marquee event.
Well, I must say, I'm also excited for New Zealand as well. Under Mitchell Santner, it's a new era for them that begins. So I think there's a lot of excitement regarding these teams. But Kashif, the excitement is certainly there. You've also witnessed cricket yourself as well. You've played it. You know what it means to a country that is hosting such a spectacular international tournament. And like I said, despite the international criticism that was coming, all the rumors circulating from within the country, outside the country, Pakistan has, despite all odds, proven to the entire world that we're hosting the first of many more tournaments to come in Pakistan.
Definitely, yes. We can feel the buzz around. We can talk about things happening in streets, in markets. We can see people talking about the Champions Trophy. A lot of people talking about the tickets and where to get them. A lot of people are looking to make this memorable event one of their very own. I've came across Ahmed, few students from the schools. They wanted this live screening of match in their schools, in their universities. So this is what we wanted actually. It's just not about the cricket. It's about the economy related to cricket. It's about the softer image of Pakistan related to cricket. It's about teams coming to Pakistan and making this a very big event. You know, all those cities who are hosting, going through number of different projects. Those projects which we can relate to the progress of the country. So I always wonder what will be the moment, what will be the occasion when we talk about the La Liga happening in Santiago Bernabeu or Nou Camp. this is much more than this. International teams coming to the Pakistan, and we can feel the presence of New Zealand team just here and there in Pakistan, and so this is very good. And I guess this will motivate a lot of youth cricketers. They'll be going to their nets, they'll be going to their clubs and hitting the ball hard, because they eventually they wanted to be a Pakistan player.
We
Kashif,
talked
on
about the
the
La
other side,
Liga. Yes,
I have
Asif.
heard that you also went to the nets and you have started practicing. Is that correct?
He's always been practicing. This time he's moved on to a bit of pace, extensive pace that he's facing these days.
He's still under 19?
Yeah. I just came across my Bay form, and that Bay form still says that I'm under 19.
Well, nonetheless, I must say that despite everything that is being said throughout this past 6 months tenure, I would say, Pakistan has not only achieved a big success on the diplomatic front, logistics wise, a lot of credit goes to Chairman PCB, the extensive team. Like I said, he hosted a luncheon for the labours as well today. It was a fantastic moment. A lot of people were there and he appreciated it. And he said this success actually belongs to the labour force that was contributing day and night. And I truly believe that all of us owe it to them, because they will be part of the most important history for sports in this country. That being said, of course, we've got to talk about this tri-series now in detail. Qasim, we hadn't had a chance to discuss the squad with you, obviously, in detail. But considering Pakistan's squad, people have had, obviously, their opinion as well. The coach, Aqib Javed, also said that people are entitled to their criticism, but this is the best squad that we thought, is needed for current scenarios. But then again, I think the bigger question out of all that squad is Babar Azam is going to be opening the innings, and like we keep on informing people that throughout his career he's played as an opener, so that's nothing new for him. But the fact is that gives a lot of onus now to the middle order that needs to step up.
Look, Ahmed, I had my concerns about some of the players named in the squad. However, I don't want to be negative. We're about to go into a tournament. I think we have to back this squad. This is a squad that's been put in place, and we have to get behind them. Of course, naturally, as the tournament progresses, we will probably critique certain players as time goes on. But good luck to all the squad, all the players playing. The nation should be behind all of them. When it comes to Babar Azam, I actually agree. I think if Babar is going to be effective in this ODI team and this tournament, I would have opened with him as well. I think complementing with a player like Fakhar Zaman, who I'm very happy to see come back into the squad, he will obviously be the more attacking player, whereas I think Babar should be setting a stall to look to bat through the innings. I think that gives him a little bit more time. Yes, it will put a little bit more pressure on the rest of the order to now step up. So there's an opportunity here for some guys to put their hands up. People have been quite critical of the team that's named, but I think there's an opportunity for all of these guys to really step up. One player that I really hope is going to do well in this tournament, I'm a fan of him, is Saman Aliaga. I think he's got an opportunity as vice captain as well to really step up and play an important role for his team. I'll be curious to see where Mohammad Rizwan bats. I wonder if Babar going up the order means he will come up the order. I would like to see him bat more in the middle order, 5 or 6. I don't think there's any need for him to come too far up the order. And I'll be curious to see how it all goes. But there's definitely an opportunity for 2 or 3 guys to make a name for themselves in this tournament.
Certainly, and I think rightly put as well that all of us now need to back the squad. But the question of opening, there's another silver lining to it, Qasim Majid, that both of these players, Fakhar and Babar Azam, they complement each other very well as well. I was going through, and people are sharing that, old interview as well, where Babar is saying my favorite player is Fakhar Zaman in the team. And, we all know how Fakhar has taken a stand for him as well. But even during the 2 to 3 day practice in the LCCA, both of them were complementing each other pretty fine.
They've been part of some of those historic partnerships. When we talk about Babar and Fakhar, and one of them is against the New Zealand, and then there are so many in the T20 format and of course the one day format. The most important thing as a batter is to find out who is the non-striker, who is placed at the non-striker end, because there are certain times when you want to get strike for yourself, and you ask your non-striker that just take a single and give strike to me because I'll face this bowler. and you can play the bowler from the other end. And these are certain little bit of gossips going on between those two batters, and this is where Babar and Fakhar is very good. And most probably the word complementing each other actually suits to them, one going hard on the bowlers and the one is just placing the ball in the gap. So I guess it's one of those combinations which can work for Pakistan. But my question still remains the number 3 position, because if Rizwan bats at 4, Salman Ali Agha at 5 and Saud Shakil at 6 or Saud Shakil at 3, this is where most probably the trick of the hit comes in.
Yeah, but Kamran Ghulam is also in.
Yes, Kamran Ghulam is one again, but I wanted Saud Shakil to be part of this team. And to finish off the innings, most probably Khushdil Shah. Why going with 3 left-handers? Because every team has got those right-arm leg spinners or left-arm spinners. To cope up with this with this spin options, we should have got at least 3 to 4 left-handers in our lineup. One more thing, when we talk about 50-over cricket, a technical term I'll be using that. From over number 11 to 40th, the number of fielders in the circle and outside the circle is always one of the headaches to the captain. You've been there, you know for yourself as a captain. Yes, it's a nightmare.
Keeping 5 players inside the circle is a nightmare for any skipper.
And the nightmare becomes the horror mare, I guess, when you will be facing a right-handed and a left-handed simultaneously.
Absolutely. For me, it's been mixed and match. I bring mid-off up, the bowler, gets hit over mid-off. I bring fine leg up or third man up, he gets hit down that side as well. So, it's always, absolutely a pressure situation for any skipper to keep 5 in the circle, and which 5 is the important question. That being said, we're all very excited because, like I said, today marks a moment in history that all of us will remember for generations. The Qaddafi Stadium, Lahore, which is being inaugurated. Let's take a look at this report.
Qaddafi Stadium is all set to dazzle cricket fans with a spectacular opening ceremony on February 7, featuring electrifying performances by renowned Pakistani artists Ali Zafar, Aima Beg and Arif Lohar. Pakistan Cricket Board officially announced the event, marking the completion of the stadium's extensive renovation in a record 117 days. The grand ceremony will include live musical performances, a mesmerizing fireworks display and a unique light show, promising an unforgettable experience for cricket enthusiasts. The public is invited to attend with free entry, ensuring fans can witness the milestone firsthand. The historic Qaddafi Stadium has undergone a significant facelift, now featuring new LED floodlights, state-of-the-art digital scoreboards, enhanced seating, modernized hospitality boxes and improved amenities for both players and spectators. PCB Chairman Mohsin Naqvi, who supervised the renovation project, praised the timely completion, saying, "This transformation is a proof of the full commitment of our team. The stadium is now on par with international standards, offering cricket fans the best possible experience." The newly upgraded stadium is set to host key matches, including 2 Tri-Nation ODI series games between Pakistan, New Zealand and South Africa on February 8 and 10. Qaddafi Stadium will also host at least 4 crucial encounters in the ICC Champions Trophy 2025, including the second semi-final on March 5th. The venue is also a potential host for the tournament's grand final on March 9 should India not qualify. With world-class facilities and a star-studded opening ceremony, Qaddafi Stadium is ready to reclaim its status as Pakistan's premier cricketing destination, promising an unforgettable night of celebration before international cricket takes center stage.
Well, there you have it. Sabah takes us to a sneak peek of the newly inaugurated, of course, Qaddafi Stadium that would be inaugurated in a short while, but the newly constructed version of it is absolutely fantastic. Asif, what would you like to add?
Well, impossible, to be honest, for me, because last year I was there and I was commentating in the first-class game, and the way they have done the work, absolutely brilliant. And once again, I would like to admire the efforts from the Pakistan Cricket Board. And they have taken the challenge, they have told the entire world, they have given the message, yes, we can do, and we have done it. Thank you very much, Mohsin Naqvi and his team, that you guys have done a brilliant job. Now, coming back to the last point, that is that Qasim was talking about the player Salman Ali Agha, and right before the show, I was having discussion with Kashif Bhai, and Kashif Bhai was saying that I could see Khushdil Shah with Salman Ali Agha in tomorrow's match. So then there's a question mark that we're going with 2 spinners as Salman Ali Agha and Khushdil Shah, then another spinner, Abrar, Of course, Abrar, you can't drop him because he's only specialist spinner in Pakistan side. And then we have 3 fast bowlers. Then there's a question mark. Either we're going on which number Khushdil Shah will play. Because Salman Ali Agha, number 5, number 6 definitely, then Khushdil Shah. Then Kamran Ghulam is there. Then we have Tayyib Tahir. Then we have Saud Shakil. So I think that I don't see his place in playing 11 for tomorrow's game, Kashif. Why? That's the point for me.
Certainly, yeah, but I think it's going to be a very tricky job now for the skipper, Mohammad Rizwan, to finalize that playing 11, because to put Khushdil Shah into a playing 11 means that you're going to remove probably one proper batter.
Yes.
So I think that will be a big risk that Pakistan takes as well. But thank you very much, K. Asif. Thank you very much, Kashif Majid. And thank you very much to Qasim Sheikh for joining us. That wraps up Sports Extra from me and the entire team. It's goodbye for now.